So this whole idea of assigning sin to our actions rather than understanding that sin is a state of not measuring up, of falling short. What they try to do is separate the two and say, well, you're doing these acts, so you're sinning. And what they are doing is denying the actual state and literally denying what Christ did on the cross, according to their Bible. They're denying what Christ did on the cross because they're bringing attention to things that Christ said is covered. Now, let me explain to you the more dynamic insidiousness of what the enemy is doing with this whole thing with sin. So, we have generational injuries, generational issues, and which I suspect go all the way back to the garden. And part of when we see that dynamic in the garden where Adam identified being naked as being sinful or as being wrong, there it wasn't wrong. It was just what it was. Um, when we have certain behaviors that someone might consider bad or negative, there is something behind that behavior. And what healing is getting to the bottom of those things and getting to the bottom of them individually, because just because a thing manifests in a certain way or looks a certain way does not mean that it has the same basis, or does not mean that it has the same motivation, or does not mean that it has the same intent, or even is the same thing at its core.